Regardless on where you're at in your art journey, I think it's essential to set a goal so that you can make a roadmap of tangible actions rather than floundering around not knowing what to do. So in today's video, let's set up some art goals that are feasible to attain. This is more like a guide to help you set up your own goals because we are all in our unique art journeys. So my goals may not be similar to yours. For example, if you're pretty new to drawing and you're just learning how to draw a character, creating huge illustrations might be way too much and you'll burn out. Hence, we have to set specific goals that fit us. For this, we're going to apply the acronym SMART. You probably heard this before in business and motivation stuff, but we can use this to set our art goals as well. Let's discuss how we can use this. First off, our art goals have to be specific. Setting specific goals can actually help our brains to come up with necessary steps that we can take in order to achieve what we want in the long run. It can't be just like, I want to create a masterpiece this year. Well, what kind of artwork do you want to make? What topics would you like to tackle? What characters do you want to draw? Do you see the amount of confusion that vagueness made? What's gonna happen is you're just gonna stare at the blank canvas, not knowing what to do, and then you'll procrastinate. A good example would be, I want to create an artwork with dragons, castles, and features a brave hero. Doing something like this can help you create an action plan. Since we wanted dragons and castles, then we can do our research and look for references so that we can get a grasp of what it looks like. If you're not super familiar with drawing dragons, there are tons of tutorials you can find on the internet to help you so that when you finally stare at your canvas, you would know what to do. If you're new to drawing, your focus should be on learning as much as you can. For example, I want to learn anatomy so that I can draw my favorite superheroes really well. That will prompt you to search on the internet or find some books on how to attain that. If you've been avoiding drawing something because it's hard, then maybe your goal can be draw this thing that I've been avoiding so that I can finally learn how to draw it. After we specify what we want to draw, we have to set a measurable number to help us attain that specific goal. For example, if you want to get better at drawing full body characters, what you can do is set a goal where you draw 20 different characters doing different poses. If you like to start that webcomic, challenge yourself to create at least one episode every month. I wouldn't suggest that you set quantity on things that you can control. Case in point, social media subscribers. There's so many factors there that even if you try to play the algorithm game, there's a chance you still won't achieve it, which will lead to disappointment and burnout. When setting a quantity for your goal, be sure to set a number that is manageable to you. It should be attainable within a specific time frame. This way, once you achieve it, it will give you a sense of accomplishment and progress. It could be a good motivation to push through. However, you have to be realistic on these goals. If you're just starting out in drawing, maybe creating a big illustration or 100-chapter comic might be a bit ridiculous, let's be honest here. This is the most common pitfall that artists and other creators in different media fall for. Like, they want to create something insanely big on their first day, and then the magnitude of that huge project will overwhelm them. Because they don't have the experience, they don't know what to do, and they end up quitting. If you're starting out, focus on learning as much as you can. Once you cover all the bases, get experience by working within the industry. And after that, once you know what you're doing, then go for that big project. Since you now have the experience, you know the necessary steps to successfully make it. These are something that you cannot achieve overnight, or even a year for that matter. Thinking that far can get so overwhelming, so we have to set smaller realistic goals that we can attain within the year, which will contribute to the big goal. Giving yourself a time frame can help give a sense of urgency and motivation to try and achieve those specific goals. It doesn't really need to be a goal for an entire year. It can be for a month, or just a simple, I want to try and draw a character per practice at least once a day. If you're going for a daily goal challenge, you actually don't need to spend the entire day drawing, especially if you have a lot of things to do. You only need 30 minutes, and if you click this video on the right, I'll show you how you can create drawings for that length of time.